back in 2021, when Project Eve, now known as Stellar Blade, was initially announced, there was so much outrage on social media from people saying that this female character had unrealistic body proportions, and hilariously enough, now the developers have come out proving that their protagonist Eve is based on a real woman, a 3D scan of a Korean model, and all of the virtue signaling those people did has epically backfired. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. So all of this started back, like I mentioned, in 2021 when Reset Era had despised Project Eve's main sexy heroine, and not only did Reset Era despise this female character, but there was also this Game Foundry clip that had went viral. I'm not going to play all of it, but I do want to show a very small portion and show you what their criticisms were.
I know you were talking about the character from a bygone era. I do think the character model was actually like very distracting.
Oh, the character model was very distracting. It's a character model of a bygone era, and to top it all off, they even go on to say that Frey from Forspoken is a better looking character, which is just a pure and utter lie. But they even said that it made them uncomfortable, and this is something that Reset Era actually echoed a sentiment. They echoed saying that, you know, it was it's just an unfortunate character design, that had been aghast at the male gaze present in the latest trailer. And I personally love the look of this game because I wasn't just looking at the character model, okay? I was also looking at the gameplay that we got. And they basically said that, you know, this is just not a very modern character design, pushing that idea of a modern audience when it actually does not exist, okay? The closest audience we have to a modern audience are sensitive snowflakes, but they were basically saying that this, you know, sexy character only existed to be nice on the eyes for men. But of course, you know, they didn't really take into consideration that sex appeal is also about art, okay? How do we live currently with this idea that, oh, looking at this beautiful or appealing woman, I automatically want to have sex with her? Like, it's such a ridiculous notion, and that's not how human beings are, but that's how these people viewed it, right? Like, oh, everybody who likes her is just horny, but now all of this virtue signaling they did has epically backfired because Shift Up World, the developers, are now coming out saying in Stellar Blade, our protagonist Eve's body figure was actually based on a 3D scan of this Korean model. Absolutely stunning woman, okay? Beautiful, beautiful woman who, yes, does look extremely similar to the character. And I think that this is hilarious because it just shows that these people who complained years and years ago and who are inevitably going to complain about the game again, it just shows that they don't understand that real women exist that are beautiful, right? It's like the conversation about Tomb Raider and about how Phoebe Waller-Bridge is helming the you know, Amazon live action Tomb Raider series, and she basically said that there's a big boob debate going on behind the scenes because should they cast someone with a larger chest? But that's kind of unrealistic because Tomb Raiders have to squeeze into tiny little crevices and spaces, and if you have big boobs, they're gonna get in the way. So that's basically giving the middle finger to women with larger chests, saying you can't be a Tomb Raider because it's unrealistic, because your boobs are what's unrealistic, not the fact that you're going into tombs that have been closed for thousands and thousands of years and you're taking these ancient artifacts, and in the first Tomb Raider game you're Lara Croft fighting a T-Rex. Okay, that's not the same. But this is unrealistic, just like with Stellar Blade, previously known as Project Eve. Oh no, unrealistic body proportions. You know, it's just so ridiculous. I'm a woman who loves to see beautiful characters in video games or TV shows, movies, entertainment in general, and that should not be a bad thing. That does not instantly mean you're like some pervert. It just means that you want to appreciate the beautiful things in life and you appreciate beautiful women. And of course, now those Puritans who previously came out and got all triggered over this character model are getting destroyed. Ain't no one can claim unrealistic body standards now. It's so true. Of course, there are going to still be some people as we get closer to the release of this game that are going to say, oh, unrealistic body proportions, and then we're going to be able to show them this tweet and it's going to be hilarious. Does this game have the all-important jiggle physics? That's what really matters. From what we have seen in the teasers and trailers, it does have jiggle physics. I've been a little bit worried about this game, to be honest, because it has been years since it was initially announced, and it was supposed to come out in 2023, that it got delayed. Now it's coming out sometime in 2024, but we had went, a year and a half, almost 2 years with hearing nothing about this game, so I was honestly worried it was canceled, and that was getting really sad, but now we know it's real, it's legitimate, it is going to come out in 2024, and my hype is off the charts for this game because, again, I'm also looking at the gameplay and, the environments, which all look really nice. These have always been realistic beauty standards. Anyone molding over beautiful women is definitely projecting personal insecurities. Yeah, there are gorgeous, gorgeous women and, of course, men who exist in the real world. And just because we want to highlight those people in video games doesn't mean that, we're sexualizing them. It means that we simply want to see beauty. It's like, look at Ghost of Tsushima or Elden Ring. If you are standing up on a cliff and you are overlooking the world, it's gorgeous. It is the same exact thing. We are appreciating a different form of beauty that is in the game, but it's appreciating beauty nonetheless. And as a woman, I think it's great to see beautiful women in video games. And, when Digital Foundry melted down over this game, they used Frey as an example from Forspoken, saying that she was a more realistic and pretty model, which is just, I guess, to each their own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I don't think anybody agreed with that individual. And now seeing all of these comments of people, roasting the Puritans, it is freaking hilarious to me. This is definitely a game I will be streaming at release. I've been keeping my eye on it for a long time, and it's great to see them come out and release this video of their protagonist and the 3D scan of the Korean model, and to see these virtue signalers get epically roasted. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.